Yo, welcome back. Another episode of Dot Takes. This time bringing it back to the SPL, which is my favorite esports league. No bias. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm actually mad amped the SPL is coming back. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. We're going to have big ol' SPL, no relegations. It's just actually the league one more time. Fall Splits feeds into the fucking world. We're doing it. And this time, Noble's up to bat. They've got themselves a new solo laner. Walrus, a new old solo laner. The return of the Wally man himself. Walrus coming back to the likes of Noble. Now, this is actually kind of interesting because I think their solo laner Aquarius was mad good. And that's a whole different story as Aquarius finds himself on LG. In fact, we'll talk about that probably tomorrow. But what it comes down to is that Walrus is now on Noble. Divios is out there, Final K is out there, and Final K is not on a team, neither is Divios, and that might leave some people scratching their heads. But I think the story here is that Walrus is extremely undervalued by the entirety of the scene. I don't think that Walrus really gets his fair shake, and this is kind of me standing up and saying, pay attention to the kid. And I think Noble is going to be the second opportunity for him to do that. I think he's already proved himself. And frankly, maybe the pros get that as well, because don't forget, he did play on In Memory of Gabe, which is now Trifecta, that Snoopy team. He played solo for them in the spring, and he looked damn good. You can't sit there and say that I think a lot of people want to sit there and say that, like, you know, he was on a great team, so naturally he's going to look good. But yeah, he had good players around him, but his jungle was Cynosaur. That's a rookie player. And for what it's worth, Cynosaur is pretty hit or miss. I like the dude, but he's absolutely not what I would consider a complete slam dunk of a player. In order for that solo lane side of the map to actually work out, you need both solo and jungle to really come together and work in fruition. If one of them isn't going to outright carry. And I don't think Cynosaur outright carried, and I don't think Walrus outright carried. I think they both came together and did their thing. And that's very important. Because as we go forward, and we look at the future of Walrus, he fell down so far. Like, so far! I don't know what happened with Walrus and why he wound up not playing in that solo lane, and why other things wound up going on, but he found himself playing for Flashpoint, and I think he deserves much better than that. And whatever the story behind the scenes was, I don't actually know. But he just wasn't on a top tier team. And I think that Walrus, now right now there might not be room for him on one of the top tier teams. LG takes Aquarius, like I said. Trifecta winds up with Kiki, right? And then you have a couple of other teams that already kind of solidified what they're doing. So for Walrus, kind of like Final K, I don't think the story is Walrus is bad, so he winds up on Noble, which is objectively not a strong team. But I think the story is just, where else are you going to go? There's not that many spots in the league left. Walrus is just not there, and that just kind of sucks for the dude. He's already proven himself on Trifecta, or back when they were called In Memory of Gabe. I don't think the story is that he's not good enough. It's just that there's not a seat at the table. When does a seat at the table become open? And I think it's less about that and more about put up or shut up. Walrus has proven himself to a point, and I think that Aquarius has proven himself to be better. Whether or not Walrus got a tryout with LG, I don't know. That's very interesting to think about, and it's just kind of coming up in my brain right now. But let's pretend like he did. Clearly, Walrus didn't perform as well as Aquarius. And so Aquarius gets the job and Walrus doesn't, and he falls down to Noble. So Walrus, I think, on this Noble roster, it's up to him to prove himself to that second level. He's already proven to be, is he a throwaway solo laner, or is he a true pro top-level solo laner in North America? Is he a true pro-level solo laner? And the answer is yes, he is a true pro-level solo laner. Well, after tryouts, somebody else is a little bit better than him. Now on this Noble team, it's time for him to prove himself again and say, you know what, I can be better than the guy that I lost my tryout to. Next time tryouts come around, keep me in mind, and I'm still going to be here. So I think this is just a platform for Walrus. Now, real quick, why Walrus over Final K? Why Walrus over Divios? Just look at this Noble roster. Like I said, he was on this team before. Noble right now is Wowie and Wubbin, right? Skeely. And then you look at where this team is in the past. It's Wowie, Wubbin, Aduro, Walrus, Mirage. That's in Season 3 fall. I mean, shit, that's Season 3 spring. He's playing with well, maybe not so much. In the fall of Season 3, a year ago, he's playing with Wowie and Wubbin. Wubbin is actually the one that makes the announcement, welcome back to the Rang Gang. This is much less a situation about Noble's not making worlds. They know that. This is them trying to get top 6, impress their fans, and look good individually come the next season. I think they would much rather play with somebody that they've already played with, they've already gotten synergy with, and that they're already solidified to at least have a bottom level. Playing with Divios or Final K, sure, those are good guys, they're strong players, but this is tried and true. We've already seen this do all right. I think that Walrus is better than he used to be last year when he was on Noble. I think the guys on that team understand that. You take the fact that you're already friends with them, you take the fact that you used to play together, and you put that together with the fact that Walrus is better than he used to be, and you've got an obvious answer. Like I said, some people might think that Divios or Final K are a better choice. I think for Noble, this team, it just makes sense that Walrus is going to fit here, and this is the audition phase. Noble are trying to make top 6, but even if they don't, all 5 of those players are trying to put on a show and say, for next year, pick me, pick me, pick me. I'm excited for that. I want to see how well this team does. Wowie and Wubbin have proven to be a strong duo lane. The pros love to talk about how good Wowie is. Now, if you put Walrus over there in that solo lane, you know, it's going to be different than when Aquarius was there. I think that Aquarius clearly jumps up a level on LG, and we'll go in depth on that tomorrow. But for tonight, Wally, new team. Congratulations? I say congratulations because he's back in the league, and I think he deserves to be in the league. But I think he could be on a better team, and unfortunately, this year just hasn't been good to Walrus. P.S. Happy 18th birthday, my friend. That's it. I appreciate you guys. Let me know what you think about Walrus in the comments, and then, you know, accidentally hit that like and subscribe button, too. I'm not a YouTuber if I don't say that, right? So I appreciate all you guys, and I'll catch you later on. Yeah, later on. Boom, 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 after. That's the outro. Peace.